The only 10 fragrance brands that I can just wear for life, and that's it. Nada más. Video coming right up, so stay tuned. What is going on, guys, and welcome again to another video. As a matter of fact, this video, it was very hard to make. It was extremely hard just to only wear 10 fragrance brands for life. And I love a lot of brands, but if I only have to narrow it down to only 10 fragrance brands to wear for the rest of my life, this 10 fragrance brands behind me in this basket, this is it. Thank you again, everybody, for watching my video. So if you could also give me a like, click that subscribe button and the notification bell right next to it to not miss any of this guys and his top 10s in the future. Also, I'm just gonna leave links down there to most of these fragrances. So go take a look if you see anything conveniently priced for you so you can snatch yourself a bottle because you deserve it. And without making this video way too long, let's just go with the first brand. And the first brand, it's very expensive. Extremely expensive, in fact. And they just keep on raising their prices all the time. And I hate that about this brand. So a regular bottle from Creed, now I'm talking about Creed, it's like $500 average. That's absurd. But at the same time, I just feel like I love this brand. They do make such great fragrances with great quality, and every time I smell something new from the House of Creed, I just wanna have it. I know I'm a fragrance addict, but for Creed, I just wanna have everything. Even for the stuff that it doesn't perform, because just the smell alone, seriously, nothing beats Creed's Freshies. And the new directions they're taking lately with their newest fragrances, I'm loving that. Delphinis and Centauros are great. I love them both. I own Centauros, but I need to have Delphinis in my life. But if you just want to take the rock star from the House of Creed that put him on the radar for everybody else to check him out, it's of course Creed Aventus. This is such a beautiful scent that it just got cloned bajillion times. And literally every brand that just wants to make some money, they just create their version of Creed Aventus. Creed Aventus actually was the reason for me personally to actually do videos on YouTube for about 11-12 years now. And Creed Aventus also was the reason for me just to get addicted to fragrances and always wanting more and always looking for the best next thing. Always because of this fragrance right here. I kid you not. So for that alone, I'm okay just to keep on wearing Creed as one of the 10 fragrances to wear for life. I just need to have a budget for it though. Let's go to the next one here. And the next one is Dior. Dior, it's another designer rock star. They have such rock stars, not only like a one fragrance wonder or anything. They have the Dior Homme line, Dior Homme Intense, Dior Homme Parfum, which is my favorite, Dior Sauvage and its line. They just have some great stuff. And I'm always looking forward for the next big thing coming out from the Dior house. They haven't came out with something totally new for the longest time. So it's about time Dior just to come out with something different, new, outside the box as usual. I mean, the first time they created Dior Homme with that iris note, that lipsticky makeup feel, they were the first to create that. And all the other companies afterwards, they just created their version of iris and lipstick and makeup bag smelling type of fragrances. Also, they were the first created a big fragrance with ambroxan, Dior Sauvage. And look, every other fragrance nowadays contains ambroxan. I mean, for that alone, I'm always curious to smell the next big thing from Dior because I know it's gonna be something totally different. Let's just go grab the next fragrance we have on this list, and it is a Chanel because I need to have a Chanel if I'm only wearing 10 fragrances or 10 brands for the rest of my life. Chanel has to be one of them, and we have here Bleu de Chanel. Chanel doesn't produce a lot of fragrances. It doesn't. but they're always the most versatile, easy to wear, mass appealing fragrances. It is really hard to hate a Chanel. They just know how to create mass appealing fragrances well. They know how to create timeless fragrances well. My only complaint for Chanel that they need to work a little harder and create more fragrances for us consumers, because they don't have enough fragrances in the market nowadays. No, they don't. Chanel, create more fragrances, please. The next one we have here is YSL. YSL is booming recently, guys. For the past 10 years or so, YSL is like on it. I mean, they've been always on it. They have one of my favorite fragrances of all time, La Nuit de l'Homme. Even myself, the latest release is great. It's very mass appealing and will get you a lot of compliments. Yes, it's basic, but that's what people love. Tuxedo, one of my favorite from their private line too. The YSL Y line is also phenomenon. They have way too many great lines and flankers, and they've been really on it lately, creating a gem after another. That's why I am just curious what's next, YSL, and I just need to have him for the rest of my life, period. Let's just go grab another one. Yes, I have to have some Tom Ford. I cannot imagine myself having this challenge without Tom Ford. Tom Ford is one of those brands that it doesn't give an S about anything, about anybody. If he wants something, he'll just create it and F it. And I just love that attitude. A lot of times it's a mess. It's not always a hit for me personally, but I always appreciate the quality and the thinking outside the box. They always create something that has never been done before. And I cannot say that about any other fragrance designer brand that come out with that many fragrances that are totally different from the norms. Their most famous timeless fragrance, probably Oud Wood. I personally love it. It is great. I don't care about the performance. I just spray my clothes, my hair, and just overspray, and I'm good to go. Such a beautiful one that I need to have always in my collection, and I'm always looking forward for the next Tom Ford. The next one we have here is by Kilian. I've been always loving the by Kilian brand. I have bajillion by Kilian fragrances. When everybody 10 years ago, all of them were hating about by Kilian, I was one of the few that were by Kilian lovers. I am still a by Kilian lover. They're crazy in terms of their fragrance names. Good Girl Gone Bad, Bad Girl Gone Wild, Love Don't Be Shy, Criminal of Love, Rolling in Love. This is just a few that just popped in my head right now. They have the most unique fragrance names ever, bar none. And their fragrances are beast mode at the most part. And they're unique, mostly night out fragrances and mostly sweet extrovert fragrances. Their most famous fragrance, I believe, recently they just put him on the market for everybody to love him nowadays, is probably Angel Share. What a beautiful scent that is. I love it personally. Such a beautiful, boozy, sweet fragrance. I love it personally. Angel Share, such a beautiful scent. And pretty much by Kilian, everything they make it with quality and they make it with ganas. Let's just go to the next one we have here. And we just have to have some Armani, guys. For real, Armani? Oh my God. They've been like on it for the longest time. They've been creating a hit after a hit after a hit for the longest time, and I'm always looking for the next hit because I know the next fragrance from Armani will be a hit. Their most famous fragrance probably is Acqua di Gio and Armani Code, and we have Armani Code Profumo here. Such a beautiful scent, guys. I personally love it. Sexy, one of the sexiest fragrances of all time. Period. Tonka bean, leather, What a beautiful, warm, sensual fragrance that fragrance is. Armani, they're pretty versatile. They create very fresh, versatile fragrances very well, and they also create very sweet fragrances also extremely well. Armani is great, one of my preferred designer fragrances of all time. They just have another designer fragrance that's been on it recently, and they've been creating these gems mainly around the iris note, and they nailed it. And I'm talking about Givenchy. Oh my God. If you loved your Homme Intense, Givenchy Guerlain EDP, I think it's even better, bolder, and more complex than Dior Homme Intense. Such a beautiful, sexy scent. I love this one, especially when it's cold outside. Oh my God. Givenchy Gentleman line, or Givenchy in general. Givenchy Pie back in the day was a hit. They have way too many great fragrances, and I'm always curious about the next hit from the Givenchy line. It's always like a very good quality also. Let's just go to the next one. Guerlain. Guerlain is one of those fragrances that they make great vanillas. So if you are a vanilla lover, Guerlain from their private line, they just create very expensive but really great vanilla-based fragrances. And from their designer regular line, such as L'Homme Idéal, they have such great fragrances. I love the L'Homme Idéal line personally. I think it's great. It's always about the almond note. Not a lot of fragrances create fragrances with almonds because it's such a hard note. It's not an easy note to create something very easy to wear. But Guerlain, they just nail their almond note. Spiritueuse Double Vanille, one of my favorite from the Guerlain L'Art et la Matière collection. Such a beautiful vanilla woodsy based scent. If you want quality, go with Guerlain. Such an iconic house that they've been creating such good quality fragrances that are very much collectible nowadays. One of the most collectible designer fragrances is definitely Guerlain and Chanel. Last but not least, let's just go with this one right here, XERJOFF. I've been known that I am a XERJOFF lover. I remember probably 10 years ago when I created my top 10 favorite XERJOFF fragrances. That fragrance went viral when there were only few channels talking about fragrances back in the day. And I still love XERJOFF. I appreciate the quality. Not every XERJOFF is my cup of tea, but they're always having such great fragrances that I am always trying to add to my collection. Their most famous one that it went viral to them recently is Naxos by XERJOFF. Again, this is the old bottle because I've been a Naxos fan since the beginning. Probably this is the first formulation too. I got this one when this one just first came out. Naxos, what a beautiful scent that is, guys. They have such beautiful scents, totally unique, sometimes very Middle Easterny, a lot of them very oudi, but at the same time, a lot of them very fresh and versatile. So this is pretty much it, guys. I'm gonna leave links down there, so please go check them out and see if anything is conveniently priced for you. There's a lot of construction next door and it's loud, so I apologize for that. Let me know in the comment section down below if you need to keep only 10 brands to wear for the rest of your life. What brands are these? I'm curious. Let me know in the comment section down below. Please show me some love by liking this video. Click that subscribe button and the notification bell right next to it to not miss any of this guy in the future, and see you guys next time. Peace.